Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of American Dream Trading's Futures Education and Training Outreach. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, which is founded by, owned by, managed by, incorporated by Chad Christian, who we affectionately call Coach. I'm glad you can be here today. And we're here to talk about everything and anything about futures and answer any questions you may have regarding the futures trading markets. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat box and we'll try to do our best to answer those questions for you live. All right, let me kill this over here for a minute. There we go. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, I got two audios. Uh-oh. I can hear myself talking. That ain't good. That ain't good. Hang on here. Hello. 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 Ooh. Hello. It was now all of a sudden. Oh, I tell you, I don't know. We'll try this. Stand by. Stand by. Hello? You can hear me now, right?
We hear you.
All right. It was feeding through the wrong speaker. I had to change that. I was hearing myself as I was talking. Don't want that. All right, Orklo, 655 for the day. Good job. Good job getting that cash. Good job. Anyhow. All right. You know what we would say, Orklo, about, when you execute a trade? We have a saying around here that,
I love it when a plan comes together.
There you go. Good job. Oh, look, Brandon's back. Just started trading copper today. Do you notice strange candlesticks of copper? No, not strange. But copper has its own little personality, unlike ES or any other things. You have to be careful with it. You want to have, number one, you want to have volume, right? Copper is very finicky. I don't like trading it unless it has volume and it has broken out. In other words, I won't take any subpar, less than ideal trades on entering copper. I want to see a good breakout of it. That way, it's a stronger trade. I'm looking for the stronger trades in it, because without good volume and without it already starting to move, where am I at here? So I want to see. Right here's copper, okay, on my screen here. So I want to see really good volume, good movement. Because it can get pretty squirrely on low volume, and you'll get big jumps because of the spread of the contracts. Sometimes you'll get more than a couple tick spread when things are getting slow. Like this part of the day it starts to slow down volume-wise, right? Now, copper's got a lot of excitement since yesterday, right? It shot clear up yesterday around this time, and then went up. Actually, it went up after the aftermarket. Come in after 5 or 6 o'clock last night, and then it dropped this morning, which I played personally to the downside this morning. So I got that big pop yesterday on the news about the 50% tariffs on it, and then it, everybody drove it up and down and all around, and then it went up all night. And then whenever the London markets opened this morning, actually a little bit before that, but yes, basically when the London market opened, then it started to drop back down, right, to reality. Back to reality. Oop, back to reality. Up, not reality. Up, at reality. What's that from, Christina? Come on. What is that from?
I don't know. I was singing the song back to, but I don't. That's reality. I just don't know.
You know, it's not 7 Mile. It's what?
8 Mile.
Oh, 8 Mile? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, back to, yep, got it now. Thanks. It was your singing, Mark. It was your singing. Sorry, it threw me
Come on,
off.
Christina.
Come on,
you're supposed to
Christina.
know that one.
Aren't you? I thought you was from the hood, Christina, Rhode
I
Island.
am, but your singing threw me off. I did not.
Well,
catch
I
the
don't,
tune on that.
it's I don't know the words, Christina, so I just had to make them up as I
Oh, so I'm
went.
supposed to just guess. It's just whatever. Just like do your own research. Never mind.
So, but to answer your question, Brandon, I do not like to particularly trade copper at any time, not just because of this news event, when it doesn't have good volume. And I would say overall, I don't know how much volume is here now. But I would say the excitement's, it's just typical for this time of the day. So, and I also will generally be a little bit more conservative. My entry, I want to see it actually start running. Let's just say I won't do since I like to break and hold above the 9 or below the 9 for my entry. I want to make sure if it can be a better 6-star trade is even the best when all the indicators are behind you. It just tends to be a better run rather than this chaos, right? Because then the volume drops in, you get these things, bang, all of a sudden, that catches you off. Silver, I have kind of the same way. I want it to have good volume, more than normal kind of thing. It just to me, it gives me more of an assurance of a stronger trade. That's all. So if it's running real good, you're in it all day, and then you notice around this time it's not so good anymore. It jumps all around the spreads between the bid and the ask, which, let me see here. I have my L2 on this one. Let me look over here first real quick. I don't know what the spread is right now. Let's see. 375, they're okay right now. About 2. Oh, that's a 4-tick spread. 3 ticks, 2 ticks. It's jumping all around. Ooh, look at that white spread. That's 5 ticks. Yeah, it's pretty chaotic right now between the bid and ask. Every tick is a 0.05, and now you got about a 20, which would be a 4-tick spread right there. So when it's 12.50 a tick, yeah, that can get you pretty good. So 4 times 12 is what? 48. So that's 50 ticks, right? Or $50 that per contract, and that can rip your face off. So, and that's just because of low volume. When it's going, it's pretty much normal, 1 to 2. All right. The other thing is, if you're entering, you got to watch that too, because you could get a bad fill just because of that, and you'll blame your broker when it's not the broker. It's the difference between the bid and the current bid and ask price. So, anyway, just kind of watch that. And see, that's because, why do I know that personally is because I trade copper a lot. I haven't recently, here and there maybe, but I haven't been heavily trading it till yesterday, till Brazil called it out, and we all jumped in it. So, good question. All right, the Rogue Ranger, thank you. Wow, look at that. The Rogue Ranger sent 30 roses. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. And we only have, where's everybody at on Tiki Talk today? There ain't nobody hardly at the bottom. Gee, but at Christmas, where's everybody at? Are they outside playing or what? I don't know what's going on over there. You've got people just here and there and everywhere. Lighter crowd today. All right. You can blame me for getting you into copper. It's an industrial metal. It trades every single day. Just remember, it's not a precious metal. It's an industrial metal. It will run in spurts in manufacturing and those type of things where it's used. But you got to have it. That and silver. It's kind of hard to replace them in most applications when you're making the things, the widgets. Gold. I mean, yes, gold's used in some industrial applications, but it's the precious metal. You can have it or not have it, right? But copper and silver. Platinum even is an industrial metal, so it's all in your catalytic converters. So those are all industrial applications is what the majority of it's used for. Yes, you can make jewelry out of platinum and copper and silver, but the vast majority, over half, generally is going into industrial applications, electronics and so forth. water pipes, wire, all those kind of goodly things. So it's its own sector. You got to get to know it. Gold is probably your best overall trading day in and day out. Copper has its moments, but you just have to learn it. If you're new to the metal sector, I would highly recommend that you paper trade. Don't be just jumping in thinking you can conquer it all the time. You need to know how it works. And as you're finding out, this is maybe not the opportune time of the day to trade metals. And I say pretty much every day. Metals, currencies, and what else do I say slows down? Metals, currencies, and I just went brain dead. What am I trying to think of? Oh, energy, oil, like oil and stuff. So those three tend to go down in volume. Indices carry the majority of the volume for the day. And of course, at this time of the day, agriculture is shut down. Between 2:05 and 2:30, those shut down for the day. All right. So, if you want to blame me, that's okay, Brandon, but this is for you. All right. All right. That's all you get. All right. Oh, look, user 5223-263-434920 showed up. Welcome back. User 522-326-643-4920. That's hard to say your name. You got a shorthand for that? User 5, maybe? I don't know. Anyhow, what else we got going on? Well, HG was nice to me the last 2 days. Had many digits after my numbers between those 2 days. What else was moving? Russell, right? RTY had a nice day also, right? Well, they all did. All the indices really took off this morning. Got to go on a nice big run, but the Russells kept running, right? Pretty much most of the day. It went down to start with, and then it pulled right back up. ES, it was really good. I wasn't playing it. I did trade after, 8 o'clock, something like that. I don't know. But ES climbed really nice, and then it just fell apart kind of thing. Let's see how, that's not ES. That's energy something. There we go. I do that. I keep forgetting. All right, so it went up, dropped, bottomed out, and got into a bunch of chop. There's a lot of money to be made on that upswing and that downswing. This part, not so much. I mean, there's a lot of money there. It's just you would have had to work for that versus the Russell, what we just looked at, right? Nice, pretty much steady climb. I mean, there's still some volatility there, but a lot better looking than what the S&P 500. The Russell, of course, is a small cap index, smaller companies in that. Mernice 888. Merce. French 888. I don't know. That's over there, user 52 talking. All right. Thank you, Rogue Ranger. Look at that, Christina. Said, I'm the best. There you go. I'm sleepy is what I am. Whew.
Well, Mark, you did tell us that a long time ago, so I believe you.
Yeah, I just, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe in myself. I was just trying to, foresee the future. You know what I mean?
You manifested it.
Is that what I did? Oh, okay.
You did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
All right. I don't want to,
Now it's my turn. I'm the best trader in the world. I'm the best. That's my new song.
That's your new song, yes.
That's my new one, yeah?
That's
okay.
you.
Every day. So then I get it, then it'll happen again.
Of course,
Okay.
Trying to see what's going on here in this other screen. I got it partially blocked. There we go. All right. Anywho. All right. Never mind. Nothing.
Never mind.
What questions do we have? Let me look up here at the old TikToks and YouTubes and stuff. Oh, look, Darn Cricket knew it was 8 Mile. You know why? Because Darn Cricket, he's happening, he's down, he's hip with all the latest trends across the country. So, all right. Winging it with the frats. Is that indicator the one that comes with the membership? Well, as a matter of fact, it is. This comes with the futures, crypto, diamond memberships, VIP Gold. It does not come with the premium membership, which is our entry level. You also are required to be able to use this. You have to have a subscription to TradingView, which is not associated anyway with AmericanDreamTrading.com. It's a standalone program, which you'd have to purchase. It's probably between $15 and $20 a month, depending on what plan you get. And this adds on. It's a script that attaches itself to the TradingView software. So that's that. But yes, this is Coaches 3.0 indicators, soon to be 4.0 indicators. And that will be there. Yes, I love these. I love them. I love them. I love them. It tells me a lot of things that's going on. So,
but to get in the group, you don't have to have TradingView.
No.
It's good to. You can do it with Webull or whatever.
Yeah, you can just do it with any broker software. Yeah. But what you see on my screen, this kind of layout, and this doesn't even have everything. And I have half the stuff turned off because I don't need to use it. And so there's lots of options here to use this. So. Why is my coffee cold now, Ralph? My little coffee mug warmer. It must have been off. Something must have been under it. It wasn't on and didn't realize it. Now I got cold coffee. Doesn't matter. I drink it hot. I drink it cold. I drink it new. I drink it 2 days old. Doesn't matter.
That's right.
That's right.
It don't matter as long as we got it.
As long as you got caffeine, I'm happy. All right. What do we got? What trade did you have today, Ralph? What was it in?
I traded with the group today, paper trading, and kind of got stopped out on every move because I was trading the indices. It was real choppy.
Yep.
So, we practiced scalping. We went through a few numbers, and it wasn't much,
Yep. I'm glad I traded what I did this morning.
Well, it was choppy also.
You remember back in your vampire days when you were up with me at 2 or 3 in the morning trading?
Yeah, I remember.
I remember, Well, now I'm up at that time every morning. Now I don't even think about it. I jump out of bed and come running down here and jump it. What's London going to be doing? It's like, why?
Yeah, no, I should have been up for the London session. I tried. I just couldn't. I don't know. Ever since I had that appointment, sleep cycle been off.
Correct.
But I'm going to get that tonight.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to be there tonight. I got to. I'd have missed too many days.
Well, you trade during the day. You don't have to be there at night.
Yeah.
Whatever you like. I do love the London session, though, when it opens. I really do.
It does give really good moves.
That starts at 3 a.m. Eastern time, which means you have to get up in the mornings. If you're on the West Coast, I guess you just stay up. You don't go to bed, right? That would be midnight,
kind of.
Right on the East Coast.
Yeah, 1 a.m.
West
for me.
Coast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you don't sleep either, so we might as well trade, right?
Usually. Yeah, every couple of days I take a shot at sleeping for like 12 hours or so. And I'm good.
Okay. I'm looking here to see if there's anything else moving at the moment. I'm looking on my other monitors where I have my other. Another good mover today also was the Dow, as always. I keep saying I'm going to be trading the Dow more. I want to trade the Dow more often. And did anybody look at the Dow today? I didn't because I was done trading. I just didn't. I just made a decision. I had a very good day today. No sense messing it up, right? So there you go. Nice, smoother. It's still choppy there, like the indices were right here, right? But I don't know if you compare them. Is that less choppy? I don't know. It is right now. Nice kind of up and down.
Once the minutes came out, it kind of broke out of the chop. But M2K was the shiner today. Like, that was the one. Yeah, M2K was RTY. The Russell was the move,
Yes, definitely.
Out of the indices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just look at it. It just went up all day, right? Like the Dow was yesterday. The Dow did this, didn't it? Went all one direction.
You know what else had a good run? Gold had a good run, and platinum had a good run.
Yep.
today.
I didn't get in platinum at all. Man, that's one of my favorites now, and I wasn't involved in it. That's all right. You know, I made my daily goal today, so that's all that matters, right?
That's it. That's all that matters.
I mean, I made more than my daily goal, but you know, that's all that matters, right? So.
That's it.
All right. What else we got going on here? Rogue Trader says, I have to get back into pre-market. Been up to late paper trading gold. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Oh, Dave. Look at Dave over there on TikTok saying nice things about me. Oh, Dave, I knew you had a soft spot in your heart. Oh, look at Russell. Just nice. 2 o'clock-ish. Straight down. Good. Broke through that regression channel very well. Brandon, give me your phone number. I'll make sure you get up every day. When it sparks you. Why is he always making fun of my age over there, Ralph? Brandon. Ralph, go over there into YouTube and just smack Brandon around. He's always saying stuff about me. Call me old. Call me old and, you know, blaming me for stuff. I don't know. He's just, you know how them keyboard warriors are over there, Ralph. You know, they just hide behind that keyboard. You know, bad over there, just giving me a hard time. Did you go where you're green today, Brandon, by the way? I think you said you were, didn't you? I thought you said you were. Maybe it was something else I was reading. Anyway. By the way, just so you guys know, Brandon is one of our paid members. So, you know. Anywho. What else? What didn't we look at today? We didn't look at any agriculture. I haven't heard anybody mention agriculture at all lately, have we?
We got the signal on M2K now. Downside. Just saying.
Wow. How do you get them signals there,
you
Christina?
have to be a member. You'd be a member and you get all the signals.
Yeah, VIP or a diamond member. You get those.
I'd go diamond. That would me. That's what I would do, for sure.
Well, yeah.
But it's not me, so
Did you just say they should get the diamond membership?
That's what I said. Yeah, I would go diamond. If it were me, I would go for the diamond. Yeah, hell yeah.
What if they don't know about the diamond? Where do they go to find out about the diamond?
Well, you better tell them about it then, Mark.
Well, why don't Coach tell them about the diamond?
Oh, there you go. Coach can say
Okay,
it.
Coach, you want to tell them about the diamond, Coach? Coach, hello?
You, luckily today, have rolled into the largest and fastest stock market education company the world has ever seen. Again, if I were you, seriously take advantage of the Diamond Lifetime membership. Last 2 days, with that, you'll get access to the membership lounge. You will have an open microphone where you can ask any questions all day from 8:45 until 4 o'clock. Get the pre-market setup, the IPO center, any earnings that are coming out, and of course our videos on demand. The VIP membership, with that you'll get the pre-market access starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day. You guys get access to the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. You guys get the VIP training videos and the Trading View indicators, the gold add-on. You can get the mastermind classes, 1 hour of tech support. You'll get weekend training. You'll get the VIP gold lounge access, priority help desk support, our news service. You'll get all the breakout rooms. Everything, of course, for you will be recorded for crypto, futures, or stocks and options. You'll get our live Apple chat. You'll get our futures membership. And, of course, all of the extra Zoom classes when they have them. Crypto is the same thing. If you guys want to jump into the crypto, I believe that one now includes the Trading View indicator. Same thing, all the training videos, anytime that the Zoom sessions are available. Now, the Zoom sessions for crypto is a little different just because it's a 24 hours, so we try to bounce that one around so you get different time and different events. We are always posting those, so you guys make sure you take advantage. You get everything. Unlimited, lifetime access, all of our membership services, right? Meaning anything that I create. Platinum's coming up, you'll have access to it. I believe that's going to be $1,000 a month. Diamond, you'll get access to that with just this $5,000. If you can't get it today, don't worry. You can still get it, but it's going to be 20 grand. All right, so don't freak out. Any Diamond members, you want to speak up about the Diamond membership program? Do you like it? Is it dog crap? Should they avoid it? Is it trash? Talk to me, let the world know.
Do it. Best investment ever.
Word for guys, you have to invest in yourself. Please invest in yourself.
I think, Coach, I think it's dog crap because I can't get anything else done. There's so much training available. You know, it takes up all your free time. The training is massive. You're just never going to stop learning with it. Get the Diamond.
Get the Diamond. Get her now. As a matter of fact, Coach has put out a last call for Diamond at the $5,000 price level.
Last call for Diamond Hall.
Last call for Diamond Hall. We'll be going back to, it's normally priced at $20,000. And that's still a good value because it covers, you get over $50,000 worth of membership benefits if you bought them all separately and got all our a la carte stuff and everything, right? So even at 20, it's a good value, but it's even that much more at 5. Why would you want to pay 20 when you can get it for 5? Well, don't be crying. You know, we don't want to hear you crying when it goes back to 20. You know, we don't want you to be a little baby. Don't cry. Don't cry. It'll be okay. Oh, who made the baby cry? Shame on you. Oh, you guys are so mean. How dare you make a baby cry? Take this. Take that. Here's one of these. Take one of those. And one for the uppercut. All right. Don't make babies cry. Get that Diamond membership now. $5,000. Hey, how'd you like that sound effects on the spot? Huh? Was that good or not? Was that good? Hello?
It was good, Mark. It was great.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't know if anybody was still there. I had to check. Okay. If you could sleep, I can sleep. How's that?
Mark, would you say somebody would be wise if they took their 1 hour of tech support and had Bruno set up their trading view with all the indicators?
I didn't say that, but I was just thinking that one now that you've mentioned it. Wow, that is a great use of your 1 hour tech support. Don't really know how to do what you're doing because it's all new to you? You have 1 hour tech support come with that. You can do that. And somebody will sit down with you. His name is usually Bruno. Sometimes he goes by Abigail if he's feeling, a little feminine. He'll call himself Abigail. So anyhow, yes, that's another benefit, right? Plus the Diamond includes everything that's coming out in the future. That's the unsung hero of the deal because every product that comes out from now till eternity is automatically included in the Diamond membership, right? You pay once and you're done. Matter of fact, you can make 2 payments if you like, split it between 2. Right. What else we got? Questions. Anybody got a question? A question. All right, what do we want to look at there? That is corn futures. Unimpressive to me today. Then we got, what else do we have? We have soybean oil, which is one of my favorites. It probably is the favorite agricultural commodity product that I like to trade. It can get like this sometimes. You get a nice run on oil, and soybean oil pays well too. So, like all the futures do, they all pay well, especially if you get good runs out of them. What the piggies do today? Anybody know what piggies did? What the piggies do? What sounds a piggy make? See how educational this show is? What's live cattle? What sounds of live? What ties the cattle make? What sound the cattle make? The little cow goes, what? That's what I thought. Now, come on. Everybody had one of them as a kid, right? That pull and play, spin. What is that thing called? You turn it to the animal and pull the string and it plays animal sounds. Of course, now they have all that probably on a phone app. You don't even have that anymore. Lean or live cattle versus dead cattle. It gets to these nice runs too. I haven't traded this one for quite a while, actually. So, all right, TikTok, what's going on? There's the amount of you that's there. I should be able to get at least a minimum of 20,000 likes today, easily. Start clicking that mouse over there. Come on. The Rogue Ranger is already up to 44 gifts. Who's in number 2? Dave. Good job, Dave. He's coming in a distant second with 6. There we go. All right. What else? What else do we look at in agriculture? That's about it, really. Remember straight on. How do Euro do there? How do currency markets do there, Ralph?
They were up and down.
Okay. I could have said that.
Following indices lately. Yeah, they've been following indices lately.
Yeah.
Like the indices causing them to be choppy.
Look at that. Ooh, that's just ugly, ain't it? Unless you happen to catch one of the runs up or down. If you're fortunate enough.
Rough.
EWO would be the name of playing an EWO strategy, right? Get in when it says and stick to it until it's time to get out. Sure.
Where I fit to spin out.
Yeah, you don't want to jump in there late on those, that's for sure. Today, at least today. The yen, actually, the yen looked pretty good as far as the up and down movement, not as choppy, right?
Yeah, the yen had got to go move to the upside later in the day. Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm. That would be 6J, the Japanese yen.
The yin, as EC like to call it.
The what?
He calls it the yin. It's the yin, EC, not the yin.
Oh, I thought he would call it the gens or something. That GC, he just not wired right, is he? There's something off about that guy. That dude, he's just not wired right. I think he's short-circuited, that EC. You know what I'm talking about, Ralph? That EC guy? I don't know. He had a good...
I haven't heard him in a while.
I don't know. Maybe he quit. I don't know. He may gave up and quit. I don't know. He doesn't. He just shows up when he feels like it anymore. No, we're teasing. He's there every single day. Tell him about your day today, EC. How'd you do today? Or did he have to go to? Maybe he's on the job right now or something. Could be. I think he did say he had to step away, didn't he, earlier? I forgot. What else didn't we look at? We didn't look at... you mentioned platinum earlier. It had a record high today, is that right? New record high on platinum? Is that what you said earlier? What's this?
I know that it broke the high. I don't think it was a record, though.
Well, yeah, I mean break. Well, no, because it is at, hang on here. 52-week high, 1447. Yeah, it's not up that high. Yeah. It got up to 1405 today. 1440, might as well say 48 is the 52-week high on that. So it's pulled back a little bit from that. All right. Of course, copper. I did well on copper yesterday and this morning. And platinum's just, I love trading platinum. Right now, other than gold, this is my go-to anymore is platinum. It marches by its own beat also, so you got to kind of watch it a little bit, see how it goes, but pays very well, right? So keep an eye on platinum if you've never played platinum also. What does the fox say? Fox says what?
Squirrel.
Is that what the fox says? Maybe before he eats it? I don't know, unless the fox says... Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, the fox could be looking for crickets. I doubt it.
What does a fox say? I mean, I never thought about that.
Fox yips like a dog.
Oh, okay, yeah, bark.
Yeah. NH, save our show. What's your question, NH?
Hey, sir, how's it going?
Good.
Good. Yeah, I had a question about TradingView, if y'all know. I've been trying to look up futures on TradingView and been finding the tickers, but they don't seem to line up with what Weeble's showing, and I've tried several different tickers. Is there a certain package you have to have with TradingView to get futures?
To look at the charts on them?
To look at the charts in real time.
Well, you have to have a live data package either from your broker or through TradingView by itself. Do you have live data on your Webull? Are you using Webull?
Oh yeah, I can see it fine on Webull. I was just trying to put it up to where I can see the EWOs, but as far as the time goes, it seems to be off.
Yeah, it is. It's 10 minutes. If you don't link your Webull account to that, everything will be off by 10 minutes. It'll be 10 minutes behind. So you can go in here at the bottom right-hand corner. Okay, click that, and then, well, here, let me log out first, because if you're not logged in, this is what you'll see. So this is what you'll see. It'll have a whole list of brokers on here, right? There's more than this here. So there's a whole list, right, that you can connect your data to TradingView, right? So you would go over to Webull, click on Webull, and go through the setup procedure. It'll give you a box to put in your username and password. There's a few things you got to fill out, right? And it keeps those credentials there for it, all right? And then all you do, then you click connect, all right? So then when you want a paper trade, you can go up here, open this thing back up, right? It'll be here. When your account is connected, you will see a green dot up here to show that it's active, and you have real data, okay? If it's orange and it has a D with it, that means it's delayed, which yours probably shows right now. If you look up here at the name, see it here? I bet it's got a D with an orange dot next to it, or something similar. Does it? Does yours have like a D there?
Well, I'm not in a position to look at it.
Okay. All right. So anyway, there will be there. It'll show you it's delayed. So once you put in your credentials for TradingView, then you can, come back out of that, log out, and come in here and click on paper trading, connect. Then it's just a one click for paper trading. All right. So go back to that, and you'll see. Let me move this out of the way so I can see this stuff here. I got it covered on my screen that you can't see. It'll say paper trading down here at the bottom, which you can't see because my camera view of me is sitting in front of it. Let me slide this over so I can slide it over so you can see it. But anyway, it'll say trading. It'll say down here, and it's got a green dot. It says paper trading with a green dot to show you that that is indeed active that way. So just make sure it shows it that. It's got the green dot there and a green dot up at the top. Now you'll be able to paper trade on that. Then when you want a real trade, then of course you go up here, log out of the paper trading, bang, see that? And then you would pick your Webull account for live trading, click connect, bang, that's all there is to it, right? So easy peasy.
Yes.
You just got to keep an eye on that because sometimes you'll lose the connection between TradingView and your brokers. It happens. You'll go to make it.
You have to reconnect it.
Yeah. Most of the time you don't notice, and you go to place a trade, and you're like, "What the heck's going on? My candles don't match where the order filled at," and that's why they have that. You can see it up there. So it happens once in a while.
That's probably what happened. I feel like I did that when I looked at the setup with Bruno on in the videos.
Okay.
I connected it all, but then when I went to do the futures, it wasn't lining up at all. So I didn't realize if it did disconnect. I didn't realize it.
Yes, you have to have your own there's a separate data package for trading futures versus stocks and stock options. Stocks and stock options does not work with futures, and the futures one does not work with stocks and stock options. It's a separate and different data package.
You mean like a separate real-time data package?
Yep.
Okay.
So if you're trying to use the stocks and stock options, it's not going to work.
If you get that data in TradingView, if you pay for TradingView's data, they do have a plan where you get all of the data, futures and stocks and options. It's discounted if you get it all in one plan.
Right.
It's like $9 a month, $9.95.
Something like that, yeah. But if you already have to pay for it with your broker, there's no sense paying for it twice, right? So now you can get free data package with Webull once you fund your account. It'll be free right now during their promotional period. It'll be free till the end of the year. Then the L2 is like $40 a month. So, and the L1's by itself is about 11. So it's more expensive. So, but right now till the end of the year, that's how it is. So unless they cancel their promotional thing.
Okay, cool deal. All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Look at that. The Rogue Rangers is now up to 78 gifts. Dave's behind at 11. That's all right. Good job, Rogue. Please tell me your opinion about ENVX. Tell something about your followers. What? I don't have any followers. We're all paid members of American Dream Trading. Nobody's following me anywhere except off the edge of a cliff. ENVX. What do you want me to tell you about ENVX? Well, let's take a look at it. If that's a stock, we'll take a look at ENVX. And right there it is, NVX. What do you want to know? Can I trade that? I can trade anything. Chart to chart to chart, right? What's about here on? Let's take a look here at the 4-hour chart of it real quick. Yeah. Reset my chart, get a better view. It's been a nice steady climber for quite a while. It's coming back up right now. You can see over here is a double top area. Right there. It's got a critical level, as a matter of fact, as we speak, as you can see on this chart. And right there, see, here's a double top. There's where double top. There's a double top. I mean, it's all part of the same. You can see it's pretty much at a critical level right now. If I would draw a line right there, right, which I could. Let me get my little line drawing tool here. It's kind of, I'm not zooming in. I'm just going to put a rough line on there, right? We'll make it yeller so that it does stand out for you. Oops, that's green. Wrong button. There you go. There's that. Matter of fact, well, let's make it a dashed yellow line. That way, when I go back, we won't have any issues finding it. Let's put it back on a 2-minute chart. That's approximately where your strong resistance is at right now. I didn't zoom in and pinpoint it to the exact amount or anything. It's close enough for hand grenades, as far as I'm concerned, right now. So if it can break out of that, you'll have a breakout above that. It would be a strong upward, but it's not. It's got to get above that 1410. I would probably venture it's probably like 14, a whole number. You know what I mean? I just roughed through a line on there. I wouldn't be afraid to tweak that down to 14-ish. So right now you're dead in the middle of the channel that it's currently in on a 2-minute. And in fact, it's the lower end on a 2-minute chart. So it's had nice steady upward growth for a long time, right? What else you want to know? I can tell you other details while you're using my handy dandy trading view. What do you want to know? It's got a 52-week high of 1868, 52-week low of $5. Today's range has been between 1344 and 1439. They're in electrical product. They manufacture electrical products, right? They have their the next earnings here in about 2 months, a little over 2 months. 8.6 million volume, which is not too bad. Average volume is 6.8, so it actually had higher than normal volume today. And they're a $2.64 billion company, so they're a very pretty good sized company. And year to date, they've grown 24%. In the last week, about 30. So they've had some big spikes. So apparently they had some other news here that I'm not going to deep dive into, but analysts rate it pretty good for all that matters. How's that? You want to have more information? $10? Well, there you go. Right? Big buy by institutions. So please tell me your opinion. I don't have an opinion. I just read you off what I look like. Would I enter this trade right now? I'd have to chart it out more than what I have here for sure. But Now it's at the bottom of the channel. I would wait for at least a break and hold if I had not already been in it, right, to trade it. Now, I don't know how this stock moves or anything like that without going back and look at it. Can I trade this? I guarantee you I can trade it. Can I trade this and make money on it? Well, the only problem is I don't have a margin account to trade this with. I have margin for futures, but not for the stock and options, so I can only trade it upward. So I would have to wait for a good break and hold here because of where it's all jammed up on the indicators. It's stuck on the 200. It hasn't broken held beneath the 9. It's actually the indicator's short-term trend is downward right now at this moment, this time of day. Okay? So right here is be diddling in the middle. This is the lower half of the channel, right? Plus I got VWAP up here. It'd be a tough ride to get back up through all that, especially going on power hour here, but you never know. All right, anything else you want to know? Or were you just testing me? Yeah, see, I can tell you things, right? Why is that? Because the chart's a chart. I can interpret this ENVX stock just the same way as I can come over here and tell you about whether I want to trade copper, whether I want to trade soybean oil, or whether I want to trade Apple or Google, right? Or I want to trade treasury notes. Chart. Once you learn that skill, it's applicable and transferable to anything that has a chart. And you can make good, bona fide decisions once you learn how to do that. And how do you do that? Well, you have two different ways you can do that on the interwebs. You can listen to some tick toddler on there say, buy XYZ now, sell XYZ now, right? And you can trust that person to give you the proper information. Or you can get your own education and learn how to make those decisions on your own. Because if that person is yelling at you to buy something and sell something right away isn't around, how do you make your own decisions? So if you're waiting around for some guy or gal on interwebs there to tell you to buy ENVX, well, if they don't ever mention it that day or they're not around, how do you know when to buy it? Well, we can train you. That's our whole gist of AmericanDreamTrading.com is we're an education and training company. We're not a call-out group. We'll never tell you to buy ENVX now and sell ENVX now. We will train you to make those decisions on your own so you're not dependent on some old dude on the internet like me, right? You don't know me from Adam. You don't know if I'm lying to you, right? I don't know why I would, especially since everybody in the world can see it, right? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. You don't know me. I don't know you, right? Now, if you hang out with us at AmericanDreamTrading.com, you'll find that we're pretty much on the up and up here. We are on the up and up. At least I am. Can't speak with every member, right? Like any other group, I'm sure there's some bad apples somewhere, right? But don't rely on some random dude on the internet to give you investing decision about your money. Wouldn't you much rather learn how to do it and develop a skill that lasts you a lifetime, a skill like playing guitar that nobody can take away from you? They can take away your guitar, but you can still learn how to play guitar, right? No matter what, that's a skill nobody can take away. They can take your tool away, but they can't take away your skill. So when you're ready to do that, when you're ready to learn, we have paid memberships. You can sit here and watch for free every day. We are live here at American Dream Trading 3 times a day. Coach himself is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm live here every day talking about futures from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. And then we have an aftermarket show. Starts at 5 o'clock with Dawn. It's over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So I encourage you, go ahead and watch us free as long as you want. I mean, we have people watch us for a year before they join. Other people like what they see within a couple of viewings and they go grab a paid membership. What does that do for you? Well, if you get that diamond membership we're talking about, which is a one-time payment of $5,000, you get training starting at 4 a.m. Eastern Time, clear through 4 p.m. Eastern. 12 hours of a live Zoom call where you can open your mic and ask questions at any time, discuss any trade. We can deep dive into things. Because what I'm showing you here is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, $5,000 sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but for the value of what you get, it's very inexpensive, actually. It's basically a $50,000 value. The normal price is $20,000, but right now we're running promo for 5, coming up on our anniversary and stuff here. However, all of our memberships that we have, if you don't want to buy the lifetime right up front, we have them available for an annual basis, semi-annual, quarterly, or monthly basis. You can go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and scroll down about halfway. That's our main webpage. You can go look at that. Scroll down about halfway. You'll see a link to our free Discord. I would encourage you to get that first, right? That way, if you have any additional questions, that gets you instant access to our stock lounge, where you can ask questions, interact with members, talk about trading or trades themselves. Again, we're not going to tell you what to buy or sell. We don't do that here. We're not a call-out group. But we will educate you and help you get that education that you need to do that. Now, how long does that take? Everybody learns differently, right? I guess for me, the light bulb really started going off, even though I was successful my first year. It really took about 10 months. I remember when the light bulb went off. I'm like, oh, I really starting to understand this now. So we have memberships available from $125 a month on up. We have something to fit everybody's budget. A lot of people will start on the basic premium plan. Doesn't offer everything we have to offer, but even at the $125 a month level, it gets you live Zoom call training Monday through Friday from 8:45 till 4 p.m. So a lot of people will start with that. There's nothing wrong with that, right? And there's lifetime memberships available on all of them. We are running special promos. That $20,000 membership for 5 for the Diamond, that is going away either by the end of the week, if not sooner. So it'll go back to its normal price of $20. So $125 a month and up. So my win trades are between 7 and 8 on 10. No, that's not too bad. Swing trades 3 out of 10. Yeah, that's kind of low. We don't go by percentage of wins and losses. That's why that may be important to you. It's not to me per se, because I can have 9 bad trades and lose money and make one trade that is more than my annual salary, right? So those win percentages, yes, you're showing consistency. What you want to do is look at it on a daily basis. If you're doing a lot of trades, how'd you do for the day? Were you green for the day? That's what matters. Like next week, you're not going to remember what you traded today. I journal, right? I have a book, and that's one of the things Coach talks about is journaling. I have a journal every day. I write stuff in it, right? You can see I got all kinds of stuff. I make notations. I'm not writing. It's your journal. You can put whatever you want in it, but I don't write down, I bought Apple at 9:10 a.m. and sold Apple at 9:12. I don't do that kind of stuff. I used to when I first started. Now it's what did I do? Why was my trade successful? Or why was my trade unsuccessful? And I write those things in there. So it documents it. And I can go back and review them from time to time, see my improvement if I have any, or if I'm still making the same mistakes over and over again. And of course, you don't know what mistakes you're making until you get a little bit of education. So go ahead and watch us live as long as you want. They're a funny vid. And if you decide that this is something you want to do, then you can head over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Again, Coach is live from 9 to 11. You can start there, whatever, and decide what you want to do. Check out our different membership packages. There is a comparison chart over in our Discord that compares all of our memberships on one easy chart. I don't have it on this computer that I'm using at this very moment. I would show that to you. I have it on my other system. I keep forgetting to put it on this one. But it's over on our Discord. You can go there and look at it. And it's like one chart comparison chart. So, but yeah, we'll cover on how to charting, how to evaluate trades, everything. You name it, we cover it all. We cover from trading stocks, stock options, crypto, futures, long-term investing, short-term investing, swing trading, day trading, income reinvesting, investing and planning for retirement type things. You name it, if it can be invested in, Coach educates us on how to do those things. So, but yes, you can go over to our YouTube channel. That's free also. We have well over 2,000. I'm thinking like 3,000 by now, but there's over 2,000 free training videos, right? There's snippets of our long shows, cut into training snippets. I would recommend you go into our over there in our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, go to the sections where they're sorted by topics and watch the 2-minute EWO trading strategy videos first. We recommend where I would start, at least anyway. It's a good conservative trading strategy. Pretty easy to understand. There's a lot of nuances to it, but we don't expect everybody to learn something overnight. All right, live in Maryland reality. Are you telling me to get in NVEX full? And I'm not telling you that. And we don't tell anybody when to enter or exit to trade. You have to make your own decisions on that. I was just rattling off something that I've never seen before based on how the training and that I got from Coach. What to look at, what to look for. I can also tell you whether, is it something worth looking for long term? I know I have the skills from prior experience, and earnings per share and all that stuff, right? And PE and all, trailing and this and all that. So, living in Maryland, do you like scalping off the 9 and VWAP or more break and hold of the 9? Well, honestly, I like to scalp, but I'm trying to hold longer because you get carried away scalping sometimes. So I'm trying to reel it in a little bit, letting my runners run, as Coach teaches, right? I'm trying to resist the urge to cash out, because now I got to re-enter the trade and I have to make a whole set of new evaluations, right? So if I can get into something, just like let's say here, right? Even though this isn't a future, it's the same thing. So if I was going to get in here to the downside, I'm going to get in. But if I'm jumping in and out, every time I jump in and out, now I got to make another quick evaluation. Is this still a good trade or not? Or if I click once up here when EWO starts, and then whenever I feel I should get out of this trade, click one. That's one click, right? That's less transaction costs. It's less everything, less stress, right? So I'm trying to get back to EWO style trades. Will I ever go pure EWO again? I doubt it, but that's what I did the first full year I did nothing but pure EWO plays, and it worked out very well financially for me. And it does pay, and I've proven by jumping in and out, you actually lose money, even though you may have been in all these candles. Just by getting in and out, you're missing, the opportunity cost of money, right? Rather than staying in it. So better off staying in. But yes, I do like scalping. When you first started your futures, have you changed your style at all? Yes, I have. You should always be evolving as a trader. Number one, I started out playing the EWO because that's what everybody should be using. And then I learned how to scalp. I learned how to do this, learned how to do that. And you incorporate all that things into you. So I kind of got a hybrid between playing the EWO and jumping in on the break and hold above or below the 9, which is essentially getting in earlier than normal. But again, I'm still evaluating the big picture. Just because it drops below the 9 and meets the criteria for entry, I still have to look at the big picture. Where's the rest of my indicators? Do I really want to jump in there? And a lot of the times the answer is no, because VWAP or the 200, everything just might be jammed up. So I'll bypass that trade, even though it did break and hold, right? So you can't just do that willy-nilly either, any more than you just, EWO says I should get in here. Well, that's true, but did you look at the big picture, right? So you just don't take it at face value. And we teach you all that stuff. Sounds complicated, but it's really not when you get into it. But yes, I've evolved quite a bit. I think so. I know my bank account has, right? So, anywho, if you're not already in it, go over and grab our free Discord at AmericanDreamTrading.com. We are now in Power Hour, the most riskiest part of the day. What does Coach say about that? NH, you got your hand up. What's up, NH?
Hey, I had another question. So I've been trying to do the 2-minute EWO, and I'm missing something definitely. But the as far as I feel like how often, like, let's say you trade 10 EWOs, how often I look at them and then I see that most of the time there's a double top, or there's VWAP, or there's a critical level, and I keep seeing all these reasons not to do it.
Okay.
And it's coming out to where maybe 1 of 10 is worth getting in.
Okay.
You know, so does that sound about right?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. Then.
Well, you may not be doing anything wrong. You just need a little bit more educated what you're looking at. That's all, right? And that evolves over time and, time and experience, right? Is a great teacher, right? Well, this here's a stock, okay? We're not talking futures here, but let's pretend ENVX, since I just happen to have it up on my screen, right? I never looked at this before today, okay? So I can be totally unbiased what I'm talking about here, right? Funny Vids asked me to look at this. It's a stock. We don't talk about stocks. But what did I do? I also evaluated it the same way I would evaluate a futures contract, right? I gave you the skinny on this, right? Live. Never saw it before. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a vertical line on every place that we should enter an EWO, all right? Well, we'll just pretend this is a futures contract and we can trade it up and down, okay? All right, so the simplest version of EWO says you should enter whenever the next bar is larger than the first after on the color change, right? So in this case, technically you would enter here, right? We're going to come back. I'm just going to go mark these. All right, so here's the first candle, there's the second, right? So I should enter there. I'm going to scroll back. This one here is flat. Is any of these bigger than the other? No, they're pretty much the same size. This one actually didn't go anything till about here, right? And as you can see, I mean, we can put a mark there as far as that goes, but actually it'd be right here, all right? Because these are all the same. There's nothing really significantly different there, right? Would you agree? Okay, so
I agree.
Okay, so we're just going to mark them. We're just randomly marking, right? We're just scrolling back with what's here. I'm not manipulating any data, am I? Right?
No.
Is there a rabbit? Do you see a rabbit in my hat anywhere? Okay, is there anything up my sleeves? All right, so I'm just going to keep scrolling back based on what the information, all right? So what'd you say? These are all pretty much the same. I would say it has to get to about right here before I would even consider entering that, all right? We'll do one more, all right? We're going to do this live, real time. Okay, right there's the candle. There's one that says get in, all right? Good. So now I've randomly selected, well, randomly, I just grabbed this stock that we never saw before today, most people, right?
Okay.
All right, so we know this is marked entry on the oversimplified version. Well, that's our entry points, right? Based on what coach teaches. Now you also have to look at the big picture. Where's my indicators? Now I don't have lines on my chart here, so we can't go by that. I don't have this charted out with historical levels like I should. I could go back here and do that, but all right, so this is where I would enter. I would enter on this candle, right? As a matter of fact, look, there's break and hold. So where's my indicators? If I'm entering on this candle here, like it tells me I should on the oversimplified version, where's my indicators? They're behind me. There's a 9. There's VWAP. There's 9, 21, 55. There's VWAP. The only thing I don't know where's the 200 at? Oh, there it is right there. Okay. So this EWO here, all my 6 whatever indicator, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 indicators are behind me, are they not? They're all in my rear view mirror. That's a great trade, right? So I entered here and played the EWO. Now these don't tell you when to get in and get out, right? There's nothing says buy here and sell here, right? You have to buy your own education that we give you is for you to decide what your extra point is. Okay. And again, so would you agree or disagree if you entered this EWO here on this candle, would you have made money on it?
Yes, but it's like, do I enter in? I thought we were supposed to wait. I thought I was supposed to wait until the second candle formed and see if it was higher. And because I see that a lot and it'll flicker and I don't know. There's no way I would have known it was going up that much.
Well, right. Yeah, we're armchair quarterbacking this.
Late, probably.
Oh, well, we're armchair quarterbacking, right? It's easy to do that. You're going by the entry is whenever the next bar down here on the Elliott wave oscillator, which is what EWO stands for, is larger than the first. Not the candles, not the actual price candles. Okay? You're looking here. So you see when the color changes, that gives you a whole minute ahead of time to decide whether you want to enter this trade when it gets here. So you would enter on this candle, right? Let's just say you get in about halfway up, right? Nobody gets into perfect entry every time or gets out perfectly, right? So I would enter here, and I'm going to ride this. Let's just say I'm going to stay in this trade until it breaks and holds below the 9 EMA. So I get in here, right? Bang. This is my entry point right here. Did I make money as long as it stayed above the 9? Did it break below the 9 there? No. So here'd be basically my exit here. So from here down, did I make money? EWO successful, right?
Okay.
Let's go to the next one.
Don't get out until it crosses the 9.
Yeah, well, that's a decision you have to make, right? Sometimes these candles can get really far away from the 9, and if it pulled back that far, you'd be giving up a lot of profit, right? So it's not a if it breaks 9, get out kind of thing. It is, but it isn't, right? All right, here's a down EWO. All right, so here's where I should have got in at, right? Oh, where's all my indicators at now? Well, they're all behind me except the 200 MA. 200 MA is the second strongest indicator on your chart, second only to VWAP, right? It's a longer term. So I entered here. Again, you got to decide when to get out. So if I went down here, did it break and hold below the 9 anywhere or go above the 9 anywhere till about what, here? And it really still holding on. Did it break away? Well, you could say maybe it sort of kind of did, but it's respecting the 21. And I'm not going to get into all the other finer details, right, of holding it really till the 21 if it's close enough. So really, this trade, for an experienced trader and understands all the little nuances, there was no reason to get out of this trade until clear over here, okay? When it come up here and broke above the 9. I wouldn't hold it that long, but I'm just saying, this is your first indication of the trade. Now, I got in over here. Am I going to lose money if it comes up over here? Well, I'm still slightly ahead there, right? So I would, now if you was watching your P&L, would you be able to stomach all that? That's why we don't watch our P&L, right? So here's my entry. Get out down here at the bottom, right? When it breaks up, get out. Starts to go the other way. Again, you have to decide when to get out. You might have got out down here, right? More than likely, as a new trader, you probably panicked when you seen this happen, right? Oh my gosh, it's going to catch me. Oh, it's crossing the 9. Well, yeah, it crossed the 9, but did it break and hold above the 9? Absolutely not, did it? It's still holding on.
No.
So, an experienced trader would have made money on that. 202 for 2, right? All right, here's our next entry if we waited for it, right? Here's my entry. All right, what do I have up here? What's this? Well, yellow line, do you know? That's VWAP, okay? Strongest indicator on the chart. The most feared of all, right? Most powerful of all.
The yellow line?
Yep, the yellow line. That's VWAP, all right? So, it's telling me this is my point of entry to consider. Well, I would have been considering it back here, right? So the candle would have been here while I'm looking at it. Do I want to enter this trade right now with the most powerful? If you don't know, you've never heard of VWAP today, but I told you it's the most powerful indicator on my chart. Would you want to enter this trade just because this oscillator bar told you to?
No, I wouldn't.
Why? Because it's so strong, right? It can come up here and reject and go completely opposite. It can sit here and consolidate. And there's a slight chance it goes straight through. But statistically, being trained by ADT, you know that that's something that must be respected at all times. Coach has said many times, if you can only have one indicator on this chart, it would be VWAP. That's how powerful it is. Why is it powerful? It's not that it's just some line on my chart. The entire world uses this VWAP, right? You can go to Japan. The people trading in Japan have VWAP on their chart. You can go to Germany. The people in Germany that are trading have VWAP on their chart. You can go to South Africa. The people in South Africa that are trading have VWAP on it. It's used worldwide. It's a standard, okay? So you better respect it because people are trading off of that. That's why. They're making buying and selling decisions off of that. It's a volume-weighted average price is what that stands for, by the way. So is there enough room there for me to make money if it does reject? Probably not, right? The answer would be no.
Yeah, not really.
So I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to wait and see, since this was a green EW, if it breaks and holds above VWAP, okay, I'm all in. but I'm not getting into the second bar. It'll be a delayed entry. But so as you can see, what it do? Come up to VWAP. It tried to go through it. It didn't. It rejected. All right. Okay. So
Yeah.
did we lose money on that trade?
If you got in it, yeah.
But we decided not to, right? Because VWAP was right there at our entry point, right? So we didn't lose.
Yeah.
Now, yes, you're right. If you got in, you would have lost money unless you grabbed it in that 3 seconds it probably was available, right? But we didn't lose money because we learned how to evaluate these trades before we go jumping in all willy-nilly, right? So we wouldn't, this is a no bueno, right? Now, we could have scalped this to the downside. There's a lot, we could have made money to the downside, just not in an EWO to the upside. All right, so let's say we jumped in now. Here's a one I just showed up. I'm going to jump in here. All right, so here's my bar. This is my entry point here. And look, where's all my indicators at now? There's the 9, 21, 55, the 200. Which one do I have to worry about? Same line we had to worry about here, right? VWAP.
Yeah.
Okay. So would I enter here? No.
No.
That's another 2 bueno, right? Now, what is my entry criteria when it breaks and holds above it? So here's the break. There's the hold. Could I enter that? Yes, I could had, right? If I'd wanted to. Would I made money? Well, if I just stayed into trade, obviously I could have made money on these 2 candles, right? But would I have had enough fortitude? Did it really break away and hold away from the 9 at any time? No. The wicks are still tight. Yeah, the wicks are still, now it's down here. The wicks are still touching. I hasn't really let go. It broke back up above it. I could have made a few bucks here. It ended up being a weak EWO. Why? Because of VWAP. So whenever you see VWAP right there, you might as well just go elsewhere, right? Go move on to something else. Why would you want to risk your account trying to make a couple dollars just waiting to see? So we basically had 2 weak EWOs in a row. An experienced trader wouldn't have took this trade, right? Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Now, again, even though we couldn't got the EWO, we could have got in here and scalped on the break and hold, but I made all kinds of money, right? All right, so here's our next one. Here's our next color change where we would basically enter. This would have been our entry point, what I entered here. Don't worry about being wrong. What's your initial impression?
Well, without seeing what's to the left, yes.
Okay. All right, what you don't know here, this blue line, that is my 200 MA, right? That's the second, yeah, that's the second strongest indicator. So now that you know what that blue line there is, would you want to enter this trade?
No.
All right, why? What would you wait for to be able to play to the downside?
The break and hold.
Below it, right? Yep, to show it's getting away from it. Okay. So this is another, in this case, weak EWO, right? So it's a no bueno. We don't go, right? We can wait and see if it does break and hold. If it happened to break and hold, okay, then we can play it. All right. So did we lose money on that trade? Nope, because we didn't enter, right? Okay. All right. So here's our next entry point here on this one. All right. So where am I at here? I'm on VWAP, right? Do I want to enter any trade on VWAP based on coaches, what he teaches us?
No.
There you go, because it could go either way, right? It can go up or it could go down. So there's our break of the VWAP. There's our hold. Now we could enter and we can ride that up, which I would have. You can see I have that when I was drawing the temporary lines there, $14 or whatever. So I could have made money to the upside here, and then it consolidated and then dropped like a rock. So if I was good enough to recognize that the whole number $14 a share is a whole number, that's what investors like. I would have had vertical lines, horizontal lines, historical levels there also. I drew a historical line there, but it's not tweaked. I just did it live, right? Just to show that I could evaluate this. So I got the line actually at $14.05. If I go back and relook at that line, it's probably $14, right? Psychological number, whole number. All right, so I would already know that once I enter this trade down here that I got to pay attention if it climbs up to that level. It's another point of resistance, and I have to make a decision. So I could have decided, I sat there and had my finger on the button ready to exit because this was a critical level, okay, here. It's a psychologically rounded number, 14, right? People like to get out, right, on that. So I could have made money on this trade, right? as long as I recognized what my impediments to profits were, right? And that would have been this level here. So I could have made money on that, and it could have broke through. You don't know what the top is anymore than you know what the bottom is. So this is a stock. Now using a stock for this is EWO works no matter what you use it on. You understand we're comparing a stock to other things, so the stocks don't move all that many pennies right in a day. That's why this is kind of a, well, the EWO would suck if I tried playing it on. No, it works. It's just, this stock, in particular stock here, doesn't move that much at one time, right? Other stocks do. All right, so we're
on that particular one that you were looking at. So I wouldn't have paid attention to that double top that's back previous.
Oh yeah, it's important, right? It's an important valuation. Here's right here, right?
Okay, because I feel like that's what that pullback was for, because of that double top. It broke it, then came right back, and so it didn't break and hold that double top.
Well, I went through right here's the double top here, right? Going across, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it went through.
You need to analyze, but don't overanalyze, right? Okay. So I could have made money once it got away from VWAP, which is pretty much, here's that double top line, right? You might have been better off waiting for it to get above that. That would have been a better conservative play, right? Instead of risking your trade with this little double top over here, right? But you should always respect those too, right? All right, so again, now coming over here, red EWO, this is my entry point. Would I made money? Yeah. I'm coming down here to the bottom of this channel. I expect to bounce. There's a double bottom there also. Again, it doesn't look that impressive because we're talking about an individual stock that doesn't move that much any one time. It's not like you're trading a stock that's hundreds or $1,000, right? That has big movement.
Yeah.
This is a lower price stock. EWO still works. It's not as impressive, right, as it would be if you comparatively. But the decision makings are still the same. Nothing changes, right? So that's how you do that every day. So you're able to verbalize to me that you understand the basics, right, and what to look for. It's just you have to, if you're entering EWOs based solely on, well, coach said you enter on the second one whenever the second bar is larger than the first at the color change. That's true, but he also tells you got to look at the big picture too, right? Where's my VWAP? Where's my 200? Those are the first two things you look for, right? Where's my lines on my chart for historical references, right? All my thing. And you, it sounds like a lot of evaluating going on there, and it is, but you'll be able to, if you're watching something, not jumping around from between 10,000 stocks at one time, you're going to get your 1 to 5 favorites you trade on a daily basis that you have charted and you trust your lines on your chart and all that, right? You'll be a more confident trader because you have all that information and you've seen it, traded it. You know that, oh, my lines are good. I generally will hit that and stop or pause or whatever, right? And that makes you a better trader. It makes you more financially successful in trading those things. So could I historically chart this out? And assuming I can play it up and down, I don't know if it's shortable or not, but neither here nor there. A chart's a chart. You see that there, Funny Vids, how you helped today? See that? You didn't even know by asking that question how much you were going to help today. You helped a random stranger by your question. Anyway, that's what we do, right? We say it every day. Ask questions. We all learn, right? So financially, would you have made a boatload of money on this if it was trade? It depends on what it would have to have a high tick amount, but you could have made money on every one that you decided to enter. There was a couple we decided not to enter. It was just the juice wasn't worth the squeeze, right? As we say. Mm-hmm. So now we're in a green EWO. There's one live happening as we speak. All right. There's the first bar. There's the second bar. Would you say that second bar is a little larger than the first? Well, sure, I would, right? So here's my entry point. I would have entered here. Would I have entered here, though?
No, because of VWAP. Yeah,
right. So I want to wait. So I can enter this, but if I'm patient enough to wait for this to break and hold above that. That would be so now I have an entry criteria in my head. I've already said it out loud to myself, and I'm going to hold to it. I'm not going to say, oh, well, it looks like it's still touching VWAP, and it looks like it's going to break through, right? And you tried to game the system, and the next thing it does, it did exactly what you expected it to do, but you didn't want to believe it would do it, right? And you lose money every time. So here's my confirmation candle that I'm waiting for. The break. Here's my hold candle, my confirmation. I want to see energy. In other words, this needs to be green to the upside with some sort of energy to convince me that it wants to still go up. Do I see a stronger partial candle here right now to the upside? I don't. I see a red candle. No. I see a candle that's not moving. This does not convince me that it wants to go in the upward motion. So I'm not going to enter this trade yet unless this changes all of a sudden. Again, it's the end of the day. It's a stock, yada, 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 right? So this is not a good example, but it is kind of a good example because things are moving slow. It's easier to show, right? It's got the criteria of the break and hold, and it's on the shoulder of the previous candle, meaning this is where the price finished, and that's where the price started on the next candle. That part's good. I just want to see this be green and have some live energy that it's moving. I don't want to see this pulling, right? Now, this is going to finish price lower than what it opened. That's going to be a weak trade. It will probably fail to hold here at VWAP. I would not be surprised if next candle's either to the side and down to this one right now. We'll see what happens, right? We still have whatever. So that's why you wait for those. It's all the little things. Yes, you enter when the next bar is larger than first, but you got to see what you're dealing with real quick. And you'll make all these things that I just discussed. Seemed like it took a half hour to say it. You'll make those in 15 seconds or less. It's like driving a car, right? They say you make 100 decisions a second while driving a car. Are you thinking about all those 100 decisions? No. It's a skill you learned how to do when you were, probably legally 16 in most states. But if you're like any other person, you were driving, playing around before that. But, we get our license, we're 16 years old, most states, right? You learned those things. It was hard to do that when you first, right? To get your eye and hand, foot coordination all going together, especially if you learn how to drive a stick shift, right? You grind some gears along the way. You stalled out. You came to a screeching halt instead of a rolling stop, right? Or you went to go forward and you got the clutch too fast and stalled it, right? Or you pushed this clutch in without having your foot on the brake and it drifted back and hit the car behind you, right? All those things that, frustrate you when you're learning how to drive. Do you think about any of that crap now? Absolutely not, right? It's second nature. Your brain knows what to do. You don't think about it. You don't think, okay, put my foot on the clutch, push in slightly, put my foot on the brake, yada, yada. You don't think about those as step by step, right? It just happens. You're automated. And it's the same way in evaluating a trade. Once you understand all the things, you go through the pain, see, what did I tell you this probably the next candle would be? It'd be weak, right? Then what's happening? So,
pulling back.
Yeah, because it didn't have wasn't on the shoulder. It was on the shoulder of this, but it lost that. It didn't have the oomph, the energy to keep going, and it pulled back. So when that happens, it's going to consolidate here, or if not even reverse. So all these things that I just talked about, why it does sound complicated, and I guess on the surface it is, but it really isn't. Once you learn, and then you'll be able to open anything, and learn to trade it. I can pull up name anything. Well, let's do Google. All right. Well, I'll just do Google randomly. I will tell you in 5 seconds or less whether I would enter this trade. All right. After it loads up, there's Google. Wait for my indicators to load up here. If they're going to load, there we go. Would I enter this trade? I would to the downside. Why? Because it's got a better play to the downside than it does the upside. Why? There's VWAP, there's the 200, there's the rest of my indicators. They're all jammed up. However, because they're all jammed up, this could go either way. Now, it would be a lot easier if it went down. It's got less to fight against. Now, you can see I don't have any lines because I don't trade Google actively. But I would wait to the upside till it breaks and holds above there. That would be my entrance to the upside. All I need is a break and hold down below where it's at now to the downside, and I would enter it down. But this is diddling in the middle right there on that channel. So it would be a weak trade on the downside, but it would be a better trade than the upside. I decided to you're actually evaluating it the second you see it. But for me to verbalize all that, right, which is what you should do to yourself, let your brain hear what you're thinking, right, out loud. Talk like a crazy person yourself. So,
Yeah.
so now that didn't take me 2.5 years to learn to do that, but now that I understand how that goes, it's just that fast. And the more you do it, and you get charting and all that, all those principles upon principles will make you a better trader, and you will be able to decide, maybe it might take you 30 seconds to evaluate it. Everybody's different, right? So, all right. That's how we do it. Eric Moto's in the house. Let's go, Eric. Anyway.
Let's go, Eric.
Let's go. Anyway, so, you can name anything you want. I can guarantee you I can evaluate it in 5 seconds or less whether I want to enter the trade and what would be my entry criteria if I would decide to enter it. And I'm not, I'm not going through a checklist in my head. I'm just looking. I can see visually what I want. And my brain's doing, where's the 9? Where's the 21? Where's the 55? Where's VWAP? Where's the 200? Where's it at in the channel? Where's the double top? Where's the double bottoms, right? All that is just bang, bang, bang. Once you develop the skill, it happens quickly, okay? Key is developing the skill, that's all. And that's what we do here. Where? AmericanDreamTrading.com. Go to our website for further information. Does that help you? Did that help you? I think you're recognizing it, but you may be are you over-evaluating from what I just covered with you maybe, or you just didn't maybe recognize double tops or double bottoms, or where was the other indicators at?
I'm seeing it, but I'm like seeing the difference between, where it's supposed to hit and where the double top is or the VWAP, and I'm just deciding it's just not worth that little bit, in most cases. And that's why I'm saying a lot of them are running into that, and a lot of them are running into hitting something to where I don't think it's worth getting into.
Well, I'll just like this Google one. What if this was a gold level here? Would I trade this? No. Why would I want to do this? Can I make money doing that with the skills I have? Yeah. I could channel trade. I could candle trade, individual candles. Do I want to go through all that stress and trouble and risk my account? Or do I want to go somewhere else and find something better to trade? What would be a better use of my time? Go there, right?
Okay.
Look at this. I could go trade. Yeah. Yeah, that's why you have 1 to 5 things that you like to trade on a regular basis. They're all charted out. You play them all the time. You have confidence in your charting ability. You have confidence in the lines. And all you do is where's my indicators? What's the trend, right? So why would I waste my time with Google? I come over here with ES. ES is diddling in the middle, but at least it's got something going on with it, right? It's got some volume going on. So I was busting Eric's chops today over there. He was trading Apple, and Apple was doing one of these things where it was just flat. But he was in it to the upside. He had confidence in knowing if it did this, it was going to be financially rewarding to him. If it didn't do that, then it wasn't, right? And I'm like, so I was teasing him. Google was going to the moon this morning. I mean, it was a beautiful trade. It was just straight up, right? I think, it was Google. And so, he was in other trades that were really doing well for him. But since he's here, I'm talking about him. But Apple was doing one of these things. It had AFib. It wasn't going up. It wasn't going down. But all the indicators were squished together. And so it could have went to the upside. It just as easily could have went to the downside. So his Apple was sitting, it was kind of like this right here. It was all sitting there. It wasn't making him any money, but he wasn't losing any money. And then it would go down. I heard him say, I think he was down 12% on one trade. He was still in it. He didn't jump off the roller coaster, right? Because the one who jumps off the roller coaster too soon before it comes to a complete stop is the one that gets hurt. But he had enough experience, and he has enough, his risk tolerance is different probably than mine and yours. He was able to sit in that, and it finally did move in the direction that he bought it in, right? I think he went long. It did move up, and he cashed out, I think. But would I have sat there through all that? No, I ain't sitting through all that. If I find I get in a trade and it's crap, well, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off, right? He didn't. He hung in there. He trades different. I'm impatient, right? And he's got skills, and he trusts in his indicators. He trusts in his lines. He trusts in his experience. He trades Apple every day. He knows how Apple reacts. If you've never traded Apple and you went in there and did that today, right, you'd have freaked out. You'd have went out of your mind. I was busting his chops like, Eric, if you took that same money, put it in Google, you'd be a millionaire, you know. But he was sitting there in AFib, right? You don't know if he's living or dying. He's in AFib. His heart's he ultimately did make money on it, but I wouldn't have sat through all that. I'd be like, screw this. I'm going somewhere else. I'm taking my ball and go somewhere else is more exciting, right? I got better things to do. So, but that's the difference. Why I wouldn't do it and he would, because he's got confidence in what that trade was telling him. All his indicators were squished together. That's great. That's a great trade. I love seeing that stuff because now all I have to do is wait for it to pick a side, whether it's going to go up or go down, right? Look how squished together all these are, right? If you can get in here where they're all compressed together, I know it's kind of hard to see here, but all your indicators are all crunched together. Man, if it sits there, all you got to do is wait and pay, because now if this goes up, all my indicators are my rear view mirror, correct? If I'm sitting here waiting on why these are all squished and it goes down, are not all of my indicators in my rear view mirror again? Right? Except I'm going short instead of long. Great trade. I got no barriers, no major barriers other than historical levels to stop me from making money, right? Short of people dumping the orders, right? So that's why that's what Apple was doing this morning. But just if somebody didn't know what was going on there, they're like, I ain't doing this. What's he thinking? The thing ain't moving. It's just sitting there quivering. It's on its last quivers, right? And for those of you who aren't redneck, you won't know what that means. Anyway, and I'm not going to explain it. So those trades are great when all these things get crunched together at one point, because you don't have that long. It doesn't have to move very far one way or the other to be in a good trade. Just like right here, it finally, this one, after all this garbage, and this is kind of what Apple was doing, and then it finally, because it didn't have far move, as soon as it broke away from this mess, well, guess what? Every indicator is in the rear of your mirror, right? 9, 21, 55, VWAP into 200. Look at that. That could be a potential 6-star trade, right? Keeps going. And as you can see, broke away, and it did continue up. But it could have easily went down and been just as good of a trade to the downside. So those are all these little things that you learn. You think, well, everything's all crunched together. I ain't playing that, right? Well, if you understand that because they are crunched together and it's sitting there, it's worth watching, because you may not have to watch it that long for it to have a breakout above or below it. So teach you all those things every day as part of your paid membership here at American Dream Trading. Funny vids. Are you still in the house? My screen is froze. Let me refresh something here. They said TikTok.
Why are you getting that?
Oh, what's going on here?
NC, you still there?
Who? Oh, NH?
NH?
Yeah, NH? Or whatever. Whatever.
Stick with the EWO, man. It's been tough to trade the EWO for the last couple of days because it's been so much channeling going on. And whenever price starts to go sideways, you can still trade the EWO and it'll give you signals. They just really short-lived. You got to learn how to channel trade, and after a while, you'll be able to identify that. If I see that going on, because I'm an EWO trader, I'm just not going to touch that until it breaks out. I got more patience than most traders. I don't like to deal with the chop. I will wait for that thing to pick a direction, because I don't like to get in the trade short, like you were saying. And it is frustrating because it can channel for a long amount of days. So just stick with the EWO. It works. And listen to everything Mark said. Another thing, Mark, Bitcoin just broke above a new, I don't know if it made a new high, but it's about to make a new high, a new all-time high in a little bit. It's like at the top of a 1, 2, 3, 4 triple top, and then it just got like 1,000 more dollars to go. It's above 1,100, and the 52-week high is 112, so it's at 111. So it's at a critical moment right now. Oh yeah. Wow, why it looks so big on your screen?
I don't know.
On the 1 hour chart, that's why.
I'm on 2, yeah. Bitcoin is a high. The 52-week range is 112,000 even.
No Bitcoin, and usually it barely moves, and all of a sudden I was up $30. I was able to buy another one, and it doesn't take off your thing. You know, like if I'm up $30, I was able to buy one, and I'm still up $30. Like it doesn't dollar cost average, I guess. So I'm still up $36 now. But yeah, Bitcoin's moving.
whenever you close the trade,
I haven't closed it.
know what I'm saying? Whenever
Oh,
you close the trade, you'll be able to see all the profit that you can't see right now.
Oh.
Because they don't average it. But whenever, just, you know what you got in, you know what you get. And once you get out, everything will come together
Oh, okay.
as
Okay.
you planned it.
Now, right now, you're
Really good. Big candles.
you're $700 away from the 52-week high on Bitcoin.
How many away? What did you say?
725. 1,012 is the 52-week high according to my trading view here.
Well, I'm on Nano Bitcoin, so that's different. It's at 111,805 now.
Huh?
Oof.
Whatever. Anyway,
Yeah, the chart is the same. You almost to resistance. Just watch for the resistance. Whenever you
Right.
get to 112, it'll be at 112,000.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Whatever.
right.
It's just another-
So what do you expect if a 52-week high do to the upward momentum of Bitcoin? I don't care if you've never traded Bitcoin a day in your life. It's coming up to a 52-week high. What would you expect to happen there?
Turning around.
Right? Or at least pause, right? Or
At
total
least
just
pause, yeah.
more likely will reject, right? Unless people really got the enthusiasm. Well, what's the problem here is we have 20 minutes left. Well, let me tell you, Bitcoin trades 24/7, all right? But the futures closes here and whatever. So the day's running out is what I'm saying, right? Where the most volume's at. So statistically, they'll probably not want to test it, right?
Right.
In other words, throw a bunch of money at it before everybody goes home for the day. Statistically. Or they may get excited. It's coming up to 52-week high. Everybody in. It's going to 250,000 today. Woo!
What you just said is going to do.
It is. It's going back. I just sold them all.
Huh?
I'll get back in if I want. Yeah, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lose that money.
Right. Lock her in.
I locked it in. All done. All done.
Lock it in.
Go, Christina.
It was nice. I don't ever trade that one. I just got in it because it was the cheapest and I could buy a couple and then it was like 10 cents, 20 cents. I was like, okay, this is going to take forever. And then boom.
I didn't even know about the breakout, but I got an alert on my phone from somewhere. And it just said Bitcoin is over 111,000. I said, what in the world?
Oh, 112 something is the high, right?
Yeah. I said, what?
112 is the 52-week high on Bitcoin. So anyway, again, can I evaluate this trade whether I want to get in? Well, I already know the 52-week high is coming up. Do I really want to go all in here? No.
Absolutely not.
I want to wait and see, right? And I haven't charted it out. I mean, I got a level here. I don't trade it. It's not that I can't. Trade chart. Trade your chart, right? Trade your what you see. So anyway, fun vids, or if you're still here, type a 1. See how you helped this show today by asking a simple question, very basic question. There you go. All for the price of what? How much did that cost them? How much was that education? Free. Free. Didn't cost you a dime. It was free. Just by showing up. Showing up's half the battle. Right? And that was just the tip of the iceberg, what we do every day at American Dream Training. It would blow your mind if you could see behind a curtain. And you can with a monthly paid membership. Come on in. Get that monthly membership. Go in with a base plan. Get live Zoom training from 8:45 to 4 p.m. daily, Monday through Friday. Kick the tires. I think you'll find once you get in there, you'll love it, right? And that's our low end package, and we have them goes all the way up, right? So, anyhow, we do.
People probably just wouldn't believe it.
Well, they don't. That's why I don't say how much. That's
And that person won't believe it.
right. That's why I.
Unbelievable things at ADT. Man.
Yeah. Well, that's why I don't say how much I make a day. Nobody would believe it anyway. So why?
Believe it.
I don't have to prove anything to anybody anyway, but you know, occasionally once a week or twice a week, so hey, how much do you make on average a day or whatever? You know, it's like, well, number one, I'm not going to share that with you. Our paid members know what I do because I'm pretty open about it, you know, to a point. But I'm not going
You can't believe yourself when it comes out of your mouth, right? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, you're right.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So,
But Mark, you know what? I can't believe the choppy rally that MES and ES just, it went from a chop fest to a chop rally. I can't believe it made it all the way back up. Almost to the, take out the high that it prayed this morning. Like, I can't believe it slowly grinded up there. Like, you would have had some, you would have had to have a wide stop to stay in, but it made it there. It's almost there to your critical zone. Look at it. Support and resistance works.
I got a line there, Ralph.
Yeah, I know.
Haven't traded this all day.
Looking at it, it's just someone is gonna shoot up and tap that line before they close.
You could. Diddling in the middle right now.
It's chugging along, ain't it?
Yeah, but it's diddling in the middle of the channel.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to diddle in the middle. Don't be a diddler.
It can almost just fall off that cliff right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, powwow.
All right.
Hedge fund managers trying to make the market move the way they want it to move.
Now, does that mean I can't make money trading here? Yeah, I can channel trade. Do I want to at this time of the day? No. You're not supposed to trade this time of the day anyway, unless you're an experienced trader. Well, you all got a free education tonight on somebody's question, right? We do this stuff and more every day here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Need to check it out. By the way, the Rogue Ranger, thank you for all those gifts and flowers. Coach will appreciate it. So what do we got? 12 minutes? Yeah, is what it is.
Am I still number 2?
You're not even on the list, my list anymore. Up there.
Dave!
Ralph. Mark.
I had to turn your mic off earlier, Dave. I was trying to wait it out, but I had like an angel and the devil on one side because I was like, ooh, you about to give out some good information that I could use. And the angel was like, don't do it, just mute his mic. And the devil was like, ain't nobody gonna know, you can get away with it. And the angel was like, you got about 80 people listening to you. Turn it off. Somebody might use it. And then I started fumbling and I finally got it. I got there in time.
God, why are you so much like me? Get out of my head.
Save the day.
Thank you, Ralph.
No problem.
The devil might have won mine. Might have won my battle. I don't know. Just kidding.
Yeah, I haven't heard you in a while.
I haven't been here very much lately. I'm doing all right. I've been busy, so.
Cheating on us.
I've been here past 2 days.
Cheating on us on the other room.
Oh, stop it.
She don't like hanging out with us no more.
She likes some stock guys over there.
I'm not a cheater.
Bunch of old people in this room. Let's go over here. A bunch of
I
old
am
people.
one of the old people in this room.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. With the rest of us.
Yeah.
What are you, 35 now, 15?
Yeah, exactly. I am. I'll be 36 next year. Yeah, next year. Maybe.
You sure?
No, I'm not sure. I might be 35. I can't remember which year it was. It might be 35 or 36. I don't remember which one.
Let me see. What year is it? It's 2005.
What year I was born? Oh,
No, the year it is right now. You say you about to be 36, so it's 2005 right
oh,
now.
no, shush, no. You're wrong. No.
All right, is it going to break out here or there, Ralph?
Yes. I think it's going to grab that line. Let me see. Oh, it's a down candle. It's about to fall. That candle right there says, hey, it's time to go down. You see the big wick on top? Hold up. It's climbing the pole. It's dropping. Never mind.
Never mind.
whenever the candlestick comes into a zone like that, you see how Mark got it marked out, and then that big wick forms, and it doesn't close up there. It lets you know that sellers are there, and they not playing. They executing their orders, and whenever you have a good rejection candle, the wick on top to stand out above all the rest of the candles, and you know it's about to drop. So, just a little lesson for you guys.
There you go. Huh. Didn't that candle, does Ralph know to foresee the future? Is he able to foresee the future? Did that candle not do what he said it was going to do before he did it? How does he know how to do that stuff? Man, it's just amazing. He must be a fortune teller. He can tell what's going to happen before it does. Would you like your fortune told? Well, for a $5,000 diamond membership, we can tell you. We do have a diamond membership. You can foretell your own future by if you get in them paid memberships and get educated to where you can learn how to do this and develop a skill. All right, a lifelong skill that nobody can take away from you, and that you could potentially reap financial rewards from. Right? We can't ever guarantee results. Do people buy memberships and come in here and fail? Yes, they do. Why? Because they don't listen to the sound of Coach's voice. They don't pay attention and follow the rules, right? You know there's rules. We play them out here every day. I haven't played them today, but there are rules that you got to follow in trading, right? So, anyway. It's just amazing. You know what?
I love it when a plan comes together.
What TV show is that from, huh? What's that from? Come on, TikTok, YouTube. Who's going to give the right answer first? Here it is. I'll play it one more time. What show is this from?
I love it when a plan comes together.
He said it about every show. I did say it every show. It was a catchphrase. What's it from? There you go. Kenny Toole got it first on TikTok. Kicked YouTube's butt. Oh, well. Good job, Kenny Cool. Kenny Cool. You know what the Matthew would say about that?
All right.
You know what the Kool-Aid guy would say?
Oh, yeah.
You know what we would tell you here at ADT? Oh, wrong button. Well, we do say that too, right? We would say... There you go. That was Kenny. That was your prize you won. BA. Yeah. Mr. T. That was Hannibal. His name was Hannibal, right? George. What's his name? George.
Clarice.
George. Now. What was it?
Papard.
Yeah, Papard. That's what he used to say. That I like it when a plane comes together. Anyway.
Bitcoin has got $100 away. It's 111,900 right now. It's crazy.
Is YouTube still awake over there? I haven't seen anybody post anything for a while. Eric Moto, are you over there? Is anybody awake over there? I don't see any action. Nothing. It's like everybody went home for the day.
What J-Dog get? He usually be here.
Wow. The last timestamp on it was 3:41, and that was Eric.
The real J-Dog.
Over on TikTok, I mean, they're just kicking your guys' butts. They're talking, they're chatting, they're being friendly.
They got questions.
They got questions. We got answers. Hi, Ivan. Good to see you. Anyhow. All right, it's time to wrap the show up. Hopefully you got something out of that free education just from somebody asking a very basic, simple kind of question. It wasn't a simple question, but look at that pop. Woo! Look at that candle make a last thing. There you go. Anybody catch that? Get it, Eric. I know Eric's going after it. I'm not, but.
And Bitcoin indeed hit the new high and sold off.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, We are live here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Three as in thrice, 3, 1 more than 2, 2 more than 1, 1 less than 4 times every single day, Monday through Friday. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. I am live here with the Futures Education Trading Program from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. And at 5 p.m., we have the Aftermarket Show, which you can find over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Our host over there is Don. Check that out. It's a different type of show. You can actually have an open mic and a camera and join their panel for live. And if you don't like that, you can ask questions just like you did here. You can type them into the chat box. Again, my name is Mark McSee. I'm glad you could be here. One last chance. If you haven't done so already, give a thumbs up, give a like, give a share, give a subscribe so that and notification so that you do not miss any of our upcoming broadcasts. As always, upon completion of this broadcast and all our live broadcasts, upon conclusion of these live broadcasts, they're available for immediate review over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So if you've missed prior episodes, that's where you would go to find them. I thank you for being here today. Make sure that anybody you come in contact with until we meet again, that you would be a positive influence, that you would leave a lasting positive memory and discussion with that person. Bless them with positivity, like we try to do every day here at American Dream Trading. And I will see you the same time, same bat channel. When will I see you? When am I going to see you again? When? Tomorrow? Next day? Which is it? I don't know. I can't hit my button. That's what I'm trying to delay here. Oh, there it is. There we go. I found it. There we go. See you later. Same time, same bat channel. Goodbye. Goodbye. Adios. Arrivederci. Vamos. Goodbye and